Good morning, people, and how are you? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for your constant support. For those of you who are new here, my name is Josephine. I am from Kenya, in a place called Ruai on the outskirts of Nairobi. I welcome you all. I give a big thank you to my subscribers, and of course, a lot of gratitude to all my viewers from wherever it is in the world that you're watching. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I hope you'll be having a good night, if it's night, wherever you are. Today is Tuesday. It's woken up so bright. The sun is out. I've just had a bath. I've had a morning bath. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the dishes that I'm going to be washing today. Take them and put them on the bench where I do my washing. Remember, for those of you who are my constant viewers, I don't have a kitchen sink. So what I do is that I use a bench that is raised so that it's at a sink level and it's comfortable for me, because the table I have in my makeshift kitchen in the house is a bit low. So when I bend, I'm bending at a very uncomfortable angle, and so it becomes uncomfortable. So the first thing I'm going to do is to be taking out the dishes. I've already swept the house. The sweeping the house it's not that it's dirty every day, but it takes out in case there's some dirt you came in with your feet, or you brought, or there are breadcrumbs or just stuff. Today I'll be sweeping the outside. I haven't swept the outside in a while. I don't sweep it all the time, but in Africa it's very customary that the first thing that women do in the morning when they wake up after they've done their ablutions is to sweep the outside, to clear it of leaves and debris, because it's the front side of the house. Me, I don't have that time, and I don't find it that necessary to sweep it every day. If I'm not such a tidy person, well, too bad. But for me, that is such a tedious task to do every day, and the leaves are falling all the time. So I'll sweep it later on in the day, and I usually use the leaves to mulch the plant, other flowers and plants that I have in the garden. So welcome to the channel. Please remember to like and to subscribe. I'm on target with how many videos I'm producing per week. There's a steady climb in viewers. There's a steady climb in subscribers. And I must say that right now, the average age of the people that are watching my channel are 45 to 65. But the 45 to 50 seem to be on the higher side. Before, it used to be 55 to 60. It used to be 50 to 60. But I appreciate all of you who are watching. Everybody finds their own reason for getting attracted to a channel, for liking a channel, whatever the case may be. I'm very grateful. So welcome to my channel today. Other than receiving a visitor sometime during the day, I don't have much else that I'm doing. So again, I'm just going to be concentrating on prepping the house for Christmas. I didn't get money as I had anticipated for doing the painting and increasing the fence size and modifying the fencing. Everything will come at its own time, but like I keep on saying, not having money is not going to keep me from doing work in the house and developing. There are so many other things to be developed, to be shifted, to be changed, to be gotten rid of, to be modified, that can be done without money or with less money. And that is what I'm going to concentrate on. You see, I'm in a sleeveless, I'm in a sleeveless blouse, but this is so common in Nairobi, because not Nairobi, in Ruai, because it's going to get so much hotter in the day. Although it's cloudy, it's sunny, yes, but it's cloudy, but it's going to get so much warmer in the day. And so it's going to, at one point, I'm going to be feeling very comfortable because of the way I'm dressed. And even now, early in the morning when it's cold, I'm still very comfortable just being in something sleeveless. And you can see it's very light. It's almost chiffon. But yes, the weather here is so good that this is just good wear. So I'm also going to go out and have get something for breakfast. Yesterday, I've been having porridge on alternating days, and I found that that saves me a lot from buying something. And because I don't cook a lot of meals, I'm very serious about cutting my weight. And for me, the correlation between how much I'm eating and how much increase of weight I'm doing is very, very strong. Because what got me so heavy was that I was looking after my grandson for so many months. I was seated, I was eating very well. So now I have to reverse that. I'm walking, I'm doing a lot of walking, but I've also decided against what I thought before, that the house exercise is enough. No, I've decided that against my better thinking, which was not the better, I better be doing a lap of walk every morning. So today I'm going to set out and look for a safe route that I can be doing one lap in the morning and one lap in the afternoon. I'll take you with me, because most of the time we're going to be walking together. Because I've realized that a lot of times, even if I'm doing exercise in the house, not walking, when I spend a day when I've not walked for more than 10 minutes, my body feels heavy. I read my body a lot of times, so yeah, it feels heavy. So I'm going to start taking a minimum 20-minute walk every morning, walking at a fast pace. I have so many routes around here, so I'm going to chart out the ones that are safest, because again, as you normally see, the roads are so lonely, and this is going to be happening early in the morning and then late in the evening. So late in the evening is fine, there'll be people, but early in the morning I have to be careful. So welcome to my channel. I hope you've been watching. Those of you who are frequent viewers, I hope you're watching my playlists. I hope you're watching previous videos to better understand me. Please give your likes. Please subscribe, share, comment. I'd appreciate. Your interaction means so much to me and drives me so much faster into monetization. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. The day's dishes are set out. I'll be washing them later. This is the bench that I put them on, the seat. So for breakfast, I'm taking my ARVs with watermelon and a banana, and then I'll have tea later on. Yeah, I got lucky. I found someone roaming around with watermelons. Are not easy to get here in pieces unless you're buying a whole one at the market. So luckily I found a lady who was hawking. What they do, they sell them in buckets already cut into pieces, and then you buy one. So I got a banana and a watermelon. That's what I'm going to have first for breakfast. I do a bit of housework, then after that I'll have tea with the buns. Yeah. So I usually take one ARV per day. That's my packet. When I'm traveling, I can either carry the packet if it doesn't have a lot of tablets, or if it's still very full, I'll subdivide it onto another sealed packet, but make sure that I have the preserver. I don't know whether it's called the preserver or what. There's a thing they put inside. Yeah, but I make sure it's in a tightly closed container, and that I keep it in a cool and shaded place. Organic fruit is so sweet. Oh, I eat with the seeds. I don't remove the seeds from watermelon. The cultural way, okay, let me not say the cultural way, but one of the reasons why in traditional Africa, fruits were dispersed so much, especially fruits that had small seeds, was because people ate the fruit together with the seed, and then they dispersed them through defecation. And yes, the soil there wasn't so much cultivation, and where people made a habit of defecating or on the pathways, you found that there were so many trees. But of course, the culture now, the neat thing, the swell thing to do now, supposedly, is to remove seeds from every fruit that you're eating, whether it be oranges or whatever other type of seed it is. It's morning and I can't show you now, but the birds, because my window glasses are reflective, the birds usually fly into their own shadows. And sometimes if it's a bird that has a mood, it will start fighting with the other bird in the reflection. Juicy. Oh, and what I do with my mulberries is that I don't eat them early in the morning. I used to. And then I realized that when I let the sun warm the ripe ones, they are so much sweeter. So I take them at around 10 o'clock. They are so much sweeter when they are warm. Yeah, that's why we are advised not to talk when we're eating. So later on, I'm going to check the mulberry tree and see what is ripe. One thing we were also taught growing up by our parents and grandparents was not, okay, in Kikamba we say kondia, to eat with, to put a lot of food in your mouth. Because sometimes I catch myself when I'm eating, I'm like, oh my God. It's bad because it doesn't let you chew all the food properly. It heightens the possibility of choking. And what else? And I think when it's so much, when you're swallowing too many chunks that are not chewed up, it slows the digestion. Yeah. Well, worse than that is talking when you're eating. Okay. Yesterday I was watching a mukbang show. The shows which show people eating. A whole video showing people eating. And it is this family who the wife looks Filipino, the husband looks Chinese, but they're Indian. They speak Indian, like the husband, even the Indian actions and everything are so prominent. So I think because India is so large, of course, there are sections which have people who look quite Chinese. And the woman might have been married and learned the language. I don't know. I don't make any assumption. And so they have a daughter. So I was watching this show. And I liked something about the way they do their show. Most other shows, they have this huge amount of food and you're just eating everything. For them, the one I watched was their daughter's birthday. So what they did, they had the table out. And you could see that where the video was not showing, a bit further off, there was space where they now kept their drinks. And they could keep the dirty dishes when it was time to change. The spoons were also out of the periphery of the eye. And I liked the system with which they ate, because they'd tell the birthday girl to choose which item they start first. If it's a sausage, each of them takes a sausage and mustard sauce. Then next, if it's, for example, pork, they take pork. If it's pork, they'll take pork, and then they'll take with whatever accompaniment it goes with. Just one item at a go. I think I found that so interesting. And then what is left for last is what meals go together. In this case, I think they had rice and chicken stew. Yeah, that goes last. And then in between, of course, they're having the drinks. I found that very organized and I found it very nice. And it wasn't overabundance of food. And then it had a very good mix. There was a lot of vegetable. Vegetables are very important. I keep on telling people, if you want to stay healthy, eat vegetable. Eat vegetable every meal of the day if you can afford it, starting with breakfast. Because vegetables help you to cleanse. It's just so important. Yeah, I liked their balance. And then something odd that is not related, of course, to my video, but I'd like to comment because I also watch other people's videos. And there's a young person that I've been admiring for so long, the way her YouTube progress has gone. She's a Kenyan, currently living with a boyfriend in a European country. And she's been doing some very thoughtless things in the name of adventure, in the name of getting content. I keep on saying, I'd like people to comment and always tell me in case I get overboard with everything, because sometimes YouTube, the need for fame, for popularity, drives people to do very not very nice things. Let me not name it as it is, because it might get captured and in YouTube and I get penalized. That's how harshly I feel about it. The other day they went camping. They went to a house in a graveyard, and the house literally has graves in it. And then, of course, we are not sure whether they slept there the whole night, but they were cooking. They were there with their dogs, and the dogs were, acting weird. As a parent, as a Kenyan parent, I don't want to see my daughter doing stuff like this. This is totally uncalled for, even in the name of viewers. And the viewers have called her out, and she's so brazen. Or she's told them off. It's none of your business. I can do what I want. I have choices. Yeah, when you're making wrong choices and people are watching you, karma is going to get back to you. It will. And then shortly after that, they went on a picnic in the snow. And I don't know whether it is ignorance or what it is. She's busy saying, oh, everybody in Europe does this. In fact, I'd like to come and live in Europe. This is a person on a visa from another country because of the Schengen arrangement. And I'm like, let ignorance not get the best of you, because it is calling you, and foolishity is calling you, and it is beckoning you, and you are running towards it. And it's so ridiculous, because there is another country, another young woman, again, also married in the same country. No, not in the same country, but also in Europe. And it is snowing in many parts of Europe. And so the other girl was complaining about how cold it is in their house, and about what they need to do about getting it warmer, because there are no warmers in the house. So I was like, are you trying to tell us that one person can be complaining about cold and they are in a house, a stone-built house, and you are in a tent, a paper-thin tent with, and you're managing to stay a whole night in what degrees? Of course not. Of course not. I mean, even she came out attacking her viewers who dared tell her she was making a wrong choice. That, oh, some of you might never even get on a plane. I've never been to Europe. The internet never forgets. You do not point a finger at the people who are feeding you. That is abusing the very same people who are feeding you. And right now, her numbers they're good. They're good because they're people who have been following for so long and like the little excitement that there is in the show. But when you're pushing it too far, it's so visible. We can see it coming. And I really pray and hope that her family are going to caution her, that she's going to change the way that she's going. She's going to change her attitude to viewers, her attitude to subscribers, and her attitude to her own life, because the risks she's taking, I'm so worried for her. Well, that was just a minute of commenting on other YouTubers that I watch. Of course, yes, it is their life, but as long as it is a young person, as long as it is a fellow countryman of mine, because she's a citizen of this country, I care for her. And as a parent, I feel it for the mother, I feel it for the family. I know it must give them a lot of distress, a lot of cause for concern, and I hope she stays safe. So I finished my first part of the breakfast. I'll go outside, check on some stuff, and then I don't make my bed first thing when I get out of bed. I like it to get aired. I had opened up the windows, so I'll go and make my bed first, and then do some house chores, and then we'll walk with you. Where it's possible, I'll walk with you today.
na huko nimepita kwa watu. Unajua kumekuwa sana. Sio. Mimi naenda lakini nilikuwa na ile dini ya gauge imewekwa hivi. Kwa wanje kulifika hapa na mbona nimepotea. Asante. Karibu sana. Nimetembea. Pole. Nilitoka nikasema wacha niende for a walk, miguu imechoka. Nione kama nitafika kwa Wandia. Lakini unajua nilipita nyuma ya Prima. Nikaenda hivi.
Ndio sababu.
Nafikiri hapo ndio nilipotea. Nikasema sasa kufika pale. Ndio nikauliza kwa kioski kingine hapo. Mama akaniambia hata ushafika, ni kwa hiyo kona.
Hii shop iko hapa.
Ndio nyingine iko pale hivi.
Sawa. Welcome. That was one way. Now I'm on my way home, so it's be close 25 minutes. Yeah, that's good. And as I was walking, I passed somewhere. This is going to be for a while. I'll use it in my tea. I'll use it in my food. What I do is that I scrape off the leaves first. I use them in meals and also a bit in my tea. Then I dry the leaves. The maize I was supposed to sun out Sunday, I didn't sun it out, but I had hung it somewhere dry, and I can see it still has some weevils, but it has relatively dried, so I'm leaving it out in the sun to dry what it can. What remains of it, I think I'll just give somebody who has some chicken to use. That's what I call a good morning, because I've swept the front yard, I've set out the dishes, but I haven't washed them. And then I took my morning walk. I also received a visitor and then escorted them, and when I escorted them, I doubled it up with doing my morning walk. So what I've swept of the leaves, I've done mulching on some of the plants. And this is why I was telling you that it's good. I prefer, if it's possible, I just have fruits for breakfast and then I have a breakfast later. And in this case, I think I'm also going to shower mid-morning, because I've already broken into a sweat and all the work I'm doing is just outside. I haven't, then I'll do the work inside later on. So I'm going to go and have breakfast first. It's noon now, so I can't call it breakfast. It's noon now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash the dishes first, then I finish with all the outside work, and then after that I think I'm going to have a shower, freshen up. Oh yeah, it's so hot and I'm sweating so much. There's no way I'm just going to sit on the chairs now and then tell myself that I'll wash my feet or anything, because I'm not expecting to come out again. Let me show you how dusty my feet are from the walk that I had in the morning. Yeah, so I'll definitely have a shower now and then change and then relax. Then I'll have, it's not even brunch. You see now what I was supposed to have for breakfast, I'm going to have it now. Meaning I had fruits for breakfast. What I was going to have for breakfast is what I'm going to have for lunch, and then at supper is when I'm going to make a meal. This is what I do now for me to be able to cut weight. Yeah, that's the routine that I've adapted. And then now the daily walks, morning and evening. So today when I walk in the evening, so that because in the evening it's cool, I'm going to make sure I wear shoes and socks so that my feet don't get dusty, because here the dust, that's the worst thing. And also I don't want to break into a sweat, of course. And the evening walk is probably going to be, I think if it's 20 minutes it will be okay, because the morning walk that I've taken has been quite long, and then I've been doing some physical work. So please remember to like and to subscribe, to share, to leave a comment. And yes, I'll see you with the next thing I'm doing. I think since I'm going to wash dishes, I'll wash dishes first so that I can bake later. Then I come out of the sun already, because I'm feeling so sweaty, and then this will allow me to have a very good siesta. Yeah, to bathe. And today I don't have a lot of editing to do, because again, like I said, I'm now strategizing my videos to have a few long videos rather than very many short stints. So we'll catch you later. Keep it here on the channel, and remember to watch my playlist so that you can watch previous views. I've seen from the analytics that a lot of you are actually following that advisory, and you are watching the playlist, so you're getting a lot of reference of what to watch through the playlist, and I appreciate very, very, very much. Actually, the analytics does tell me a lot about the viewership behavior, and I appreciate all the interaction that you're making. Even if it is not directly to me, what I'm receiving is impressing me. There's my usual sun. Nice. Only that now I'm too hot even to enjoy it, and I'm already sweating. I didn't give you the sky view of Ruai today, so let me give it now. And there's a plane passing. I hope I'll catch it. Yes, that's a 360 view of the sky over Ruai today. So welcome to the channel, and let's walk. Hey, welcome back. So it's now 2, it's around 2 something p.m. I came back, I finished what I was doing, I washed the dishes, I've gone and had a bath, and I'm feeling refreshed now. You can see that I've changed. I'm feeling much better. I was sweating so much, but I'm glad I did that routine of walking. Then in the evening, I'm going to do, even if I find that as I said, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to put on socks and shoes so that my feet don't get extra dirty. So I'm relaxing. As I said, I'm not going to have lunch. I'm going to have what I was supposed to have for breakfast. But now, since it's so hot, I decided I'm going to take some juice and a bun. We call this KDF in Kenya. It's very hearty. It's very meaty. It's very full. Yeah, because I had one earlier, so I'm going to have another one. That's just sufficient. So thank you. Please keep on the channel. Remember to like and to subscribe, to share and comment. First, I'm going to take a rest. Like, I'm really feeling tired. That walking has been a lot. And then I told myself I must give myself some time to rest often before I get very tired. So because I've been busy the whole morning, I'm going to take a nap. So thank you for staying on the channel. I hope you're well wherever you are. I hope you're taking care of yourself wherever you are. I hope your preparations for Christmas are coming up well, that you're getting in touch with relatives. Don't try as much as possible not to be alone. Reach out. Even if they haven't reached out, reach out. Don't make it last minute, because people also need to make their financial arrangements. And I'm wishing you all so well. Yeah, when this period of Christmas comes, whether you're Muslim or Christian or whatever other religion, because it's such a worldwide thing, there's such a big force of people celebrating this, and then the holiday is common in, let's say, across the world. Then it's the best time to make sure that you make arrangements to be not just in contact, but to be together in as much as possible with those whom you love. So thank you for staying on the channel. I'll get in touch with you later. Meanwhile, please remember to look up my playlists, to watch previous videos, to see what I am about, and remember to press that subscribe button and that like button. I see we are at 87 subscribers. Thank you very much for that one additional person. Everybody counts. That is an extra number. That's an extra person who has subscribed. One extra subscription means more viewing hours from that subscriber, and I appreciate that very much. Stay on the channel and please press the like button. It was all nice and bright earlier, but now the weather seems to have changed again, gray, and there's a chill in the air, so I don't know whether it's going to rain. But I've had to come out again to go and run some errands. So unlike what I thought that I'll have to do exercise again, my going for these errands is going to be the extra exercise that I need to do today. So I'm going, because this is going to take me about 30 minutes, yeah, in total, to go do what I have to do and come back. So I'll be covered for my exercise for my day. Yeah, this looks very chilly. I had berries earlier on when it was warm, and I can see one ripe one, so I have to reach for it first before I leave. I love how the landscape of Ruai is changing. You know, every day you pass by a place, and then you come back after a few weeks, after a few months, you find the place is just almost like totally unrecognizable. It's so nice because people are constantly constructing, you know. It's nice. I like it that way. I like when there's a lot of development coming. But more than anything else, it's good because it also means enhanced security. Because when there are so many empty plots within the estates, then it becomes more dangerous because there's more places for thieves to hide, you know. There's also more places for vermin to inhabit. But the more people that come, also the more we're empowered because of the contributions for welfare development of the estate. making the roads, enhancing security. When we are in numbers, when we are more in numbers, it's easier for people to afford for the shared responsibility to be less per person. So I'm so glad that the development is coming up fast. What happens in Nairobi is that when new housing estates begin to have a lot of tenants, a lot of the residents coming in to construct, development goes at a very fast pace. Some of the key areas that have seen phenomenal growth is Ruaka and Kitengela and Syokimau. Those are areas within, okay, Kitengela is not in Nairobi, Kitengela is in Machakos County. But you know, the phenomenal growth that happened there is just pleasantly surprising. I mean, I remember it used to look like it was so far out, but now development even in between the middle towns that were formerly just scant small stages, small markets, you know, like Mlolongo, have now become major stopover, not even stopover, but major what can I, Mlolongo is what? Is a no, it's not a town. It's not a, I don't know how you call that. But yeah, it's so nice to see that kind of development happening. And I'm pleased for Ruai that it's coming to a day when you'll be walking and the roads will be fine. Every home will have a resident in it. Security will be much more assured. That's nice. So I'm still taking my walk. I still have some minutes to go, and I'll get back in touch when I'm headed back home. I came up and I have to rush out for a minute before nightfall, and it looks like it might rain. It has started drizzling, and here once it rains, it's going to be next to impossible to get out. So I'm rushing out. I finish whatever it is, and then I dash back home before the drizzle or the rain starts, so that I can also cook early and then begin editing. It's been a cool day. It hasn't been overly hot, but the past few days were very hot. And then the clouds are not so many, so it's just a passing rain. But still, just to be on the safe side, I always prefer to carry the umbrella in case it catches me, because here in Ruai, the rain can start suddenly, and if you're on the road and you didn't have one and there's nowhere to shelter, yeah, you'll be caught in a real mess. So please subscribe, remember to like and share and comment, but most of all, please subscribe to support the channel. Thank you so much, my subscribers, and for my repeat viewers, I appreciate very, very much. God bless you. Asante.